On a crisp morning in the Himalayan foothills, with the towering peaks of Mount Makalu beckoning, I stood at the foot of the trail, my heart pounding with anticipation. Beside me were my steadfast companions, Rachel, my cautious older sister, and Mark, my adventurous childhood friend. We were lifelong explorers, always venturing off the beaten path in search of the extraordinary. Today, that path led us to the ancient mysteries hidden within these towering mountains. As the sun cast long shadows through the emerald canopy of the forest surrounding us, I eagerly examined our gear. We carried sturdy backpacks filled with provisions, freeze-dried meals, ropes, carabiners, and medical supplies, each carefully selected for this perilous journey. The excitement of the unknown, of venturing into the heart of the Himalayas, coursed through my veins. "Alex, are you sure about this?" Rachel asked, concern etching lines on her face. "This isn't like our usual expeditions. We're heading into treacherous terrain." Mark, always the mediator, chimed in. "Rachel, we've planned for this. We've got the map, the experience, and each other. We're not taking unnecessary risks." Our trek began in earnest as I took the lead, navigating the well-trodden trail that wound through dense forests and across glistening streams. The landscape was both breathtaking and intimidating, a testament to the raw power of nature. But, as always, I couldn't resist the temptation to explore beyond the established path. A few miles down the trail, I checked the map and found a hidden route that promised a shortcut to our destination. Eager to make our adventure unique, I convinced Rachel and Mark to follow me into the wilderness. The decision to leave the trail marked the beginning of our conflicts. Rachel's eyes bore into me with worry, her words laced with caution. "Alex, you know this isn't safe. We could get lost or injured." Mark, eager to keep the peace, said, "We trust your judgment, but we should proceed with caution. Let's stick together." I accepted their conditions, and we ventured off the trail into the wild, guided only by the map I held in my trembling hands. The terrain became rugged, and we had to rely on our instincts and skills to traverse it. Throughout the day, the suspension between us grew palpable. My boldness clashed with Rachel's caution, and Mark, ever the diplomat, tried to balance our differing perspectives. Despite our disagreements, our shared excitement and trust in each other propelled us forward. As the day progressed, we ascended higher into the Himalayas, with the sun casting a golden hue over the mountain peaks. The map led us to a secluded valley, a place untouched by modern civilization. And there, halfway up Mount Makalu, we stumbled upon the ruins of an ancient civilization. The suspenseful air thickened as we marveled at the remnants of this long-forgotten society. Crumbling stone walls covered in ancient hieroglyphs told a story only the mountains had witnessed. My heart pounded with excitement as I realized the significance of our discovery. "Alex, this is incredible," Mark whispered in awe. "We're standing in the footsteps of history." Rachel, ever the voice of reason, approached with caution. "Let's not get too carried away. We need to explore carefully and be mindful of our surroundings." With our flashlights and backpacks in hand, we delved deeper into the ruins, tracing the intricate carvings and inscriptions that adorned the walls. Each step revealed more of the ancient culture that had thrived here, and I couldn't help but feel a profound connection to the past. As night descended on the ruins, we found a nearly intact structure that resembled a home. Its stone walls were surprisingly well preserved, and the entrance beckoned with an air of mystery. We decided to make camp there, sheltered from the elements and the watchful eyes of the Himalayas. Our evening began with a humble meal under the dim light of our lanterns, sharing stories and speculations about the civilization that had once thrived here. The mood was light, despite the ominous atmosphere of the ancient ruins. However, the suspenseful undertones of the day had not dissipated. It was as though the mountains themselves were whispering secrets that we couldn't comprehend. The wind howled through the cracks in the stone walls, and shadows danced in the corners of our lantern's glow. That night, as we lay under our sleeping bags, a sense of foreboding settled over the camp. The air grew colder, and eerie echoes reverberated through the ruins. A distant, haunting hum, much like the one I'd heard in the mountains before, seemed to encircle us. "Did anyone else hear that?" Rachel's voice trembled in the dark. Mark and I exchanged glances. But before we could respond, we saw them, shadowy figures that moved like whispers in the night. They emerged from the darkness, their forms indistinct and ephemeral. It was as if the ancient civilization had risen from the dead. We scrambled to our feet, our hearts racing as we faced the inexplicable. The figures, illuminated only by the dim moonlight that filtered through the ancient ruins, seemed to defy the laws of reality. Their presence was unsettling, to say the least, as they appeared to be neither of this world nor the next. Rachel's voice quivered as she whispered, "Who are they? What do they want?" Mark tried to maintain his calm demeanor, but his words betrayed his unease. "We need to find a way out of here, now." As we retreated, the suspense thickened with each step. The shadowy figures, remnants of an ancient civilization disturbed by our presence, advanced in eerie silence. They were relentless, moving as one with a sinister determination. "We need to stick together," I urged, my voice a blend of fear and determination. "Stay close, and we'll find a way out." The ruins that had once felt like a treasure trove of history now seemed like a labyrinth of horrors. Mark's flashlight flickered, casting eerie shadows on the walls. The ancient hieroglyphs that had once intrigued us now appeared as warnings etched by a civilization that had met an untimely end. In the dim light, I saw the first figure reach out with spectral fingers, almost touching Mark's shoulder. He yelped and stumbled back, his breathing ragged. It was as though the ancient spirits sought to reclaim their territory. "Keep moving. Don't look back," Rachel urged, her panic barely contained. We fled deeper into the ruins, our footsteps echoing in the chamber. The air grew frigid, and our breaths formed misty clouds before us. The suspense was unbearable, an oppressive weight on our shoulders. With each passing moment, the ruins themselves seemed to turn against us. Cracks appeared in the stone walls and rocks tumbled from above. It was as if the very earth sought to expel the intruders who had awakened its ancient guardians. Finally, we reached a chamber unlike any other. The walls bore inscriptions that spoke of doom and retribution, and in the center of the room stood an ornate altar, adorned with ancient relics. It was a place of judgment, and we were the accused. The shadowy figures closed in, their movements synchronized in an eerie dance of malevolence. It was clear that they considered us trespassers, and their intentions were far from welcoming. "Rachel, Mark, stay close," I whispered, my voice barely audible. "We have to find a way out of here." Desperation and fear mingled in the cold air. As we made our way through the labyrinthine chamber, the suspense reached its zenith. The eerie hum that had haunted us all day now filled the air, a haunting melody of doom. And then, as if in response to our mounting dread, the chamber itself began to change. The walls groaned, and the floor shifted beneath our feet. It was as though the very ruins had come alive, responding to the presence of the ancient spirits. One by one, the figures reached out, their ghostly hands drawing closer. As their hands touched our shoulders, the world around us dissolved into chaos. The sensation was surreal, like being pulled into a void. With a rush of cold air, we found ourselves outside the ruins, our hearts still pounding, our breath visible in the frigid night. The shadowy figures, now nothing more than memories, lingered in the distance. We retreated from the ruins, our courage shaken, and the suspenseful aura of the Himalayas remained with us. The omens had been clear from the start, but our curiosity had driven us to cross paths with the ancient civilization and its restless spirits. As I recount this tale, it is not with a sense of bravado, but with a profound respect for the unknown. The Himalayas guard secrets that defy explanation, and our expedition had been a stark reminder that some mysteries are best left untouched. While the ancient ruins had faded into the past, the memory of that fateful night would forever haunt our dreams. In the end, we learned that there are realms beyond our understanding, forces older than humanity, and guardians of the mountains who must not be disturbed. The Himalayas, with their timeless beauty and unfathomable mysteries, will forever hold a place in our hearts.